Lance Pugmire of the LA Times. I want to get your thoughts, Lance. Jon Jones just tested positive for steroids previously for his fight against DC. What's your thoughts on this?
It could mark the close of one of the saddest chapters of in the UFC history. I mean, Jon Jones is such an immense talent, but time and again, he's really gotten his own way. He's really, you know, injured himself with these self-induced blows. You know, the cocaine in the first place, and then the positive test that scrapped UFC 200, and now this, what looked to be his glorious, triumphant return at the Honda Center in July, has now been apparently ruined by another positive steroid test. And you know, everyone who saw this guy fight was just in awe of all the skill that he had in the octagon, and the fact that he felt like he needed to take performance-enhancing drugs to really top off his performances is really just a sad statement on, you know, the way athletes can think in the worst cases.
Lastly, where can we follow your work, Lance?
I'm on Twitter at LA Times Pugmire and at LATimes.com.
Hernandez, I don't know if you heard the news, but Jon Jones was tested positive for steroids for his fight previously with Daniel Cormier. I want to get your thoughts. What do you think about this?
He must have, like, he needs a new chemist, man. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not, you know, home runs, for example, are up in Major League Baseball, and, you know, there are all these theories going around right now. Oh, the ball's tighter, the bat's harder. I don't know. Like, I'm going to go with the theory, you know, of, like, what happened the last time they were hitting this many home runs. Like, dudes were on steroids. You know, it's just that the masking is efficient, you know, and in this case, obviously, if this guy's getting popped twice, something's not going right. Either he's not following the program or whatever. I mean, you know, and it's unfortunate that we're starting to think like this, because I think we're at a point where we're basically expecting pretty much, nothing surprises us, I think, anymore, you know, especially in MMA, where we've seen kind of like a, you know, a decent number of positive tests. Yeah, I'm kind of, if anything, like, I'm kind of surprised that a guy that high profile wouldn't spend the money to get himself a guy that could help him beat these tests. You know, it reminds me a little bit of the biogenesis scandal, where, like, A-Rod and these guys were going to get the services, like, in a Miami strip mall, right? It's like, dude, you make like $50 million, like, go get yourself like a real doctor. Like, somebody will probably do it, you know. So yeah, again, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's unfortunate, because I think he's, you know, he's obviously a great talent. You know, and you always want kind of like your best athletes still in there, and, you know, it's unfortunate, but you know what, I think we've seen already with sports, you know, whether it's Barry Bonds kind of messing up the whole home run record or whatever, sports bounce back from these things. It's, you know, it's going to be disappointing for the next couple of weeks, and next fight will come and people will forget about it.
Lastly, where can we follow your work?
At LATimes.com. You can also buy a physical newspaper. We still print those, believe it or not. And you can also go to my Twitter account, twitter.com/Dylan O. Hernandez, and that's Dylan spelled like Dylan Thomas, Bob Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Here with Mike Coppinger from ReactsToJon.com. I want to get your thoughts. I'm sure you heard Jon Jones tested positive previously for his fight against Daniel Cormier. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's really too bad, because, you know, I think Jones is considered the greatest MMA fighter of all time, and obviously now his legacy is tarnished for good. So, you know, Jones said, what's Cormier's excuse going to be when he loses again? And it's going to be the same as the first time, which is steroids. So I think people have to go back now and give Cormier the respect he deserves as one of the greatest fighters of all time. I don't know what's going to be next, but I think Jones is done.
And where can we follow your work, Mike?
Follow me at ringtv.com and also on Twitter at Mike Coppinger.
Marcos, I want to get your thoughts. Jon Jones just tested positive for steroids previously for his fight against Daniel Cormier.
This guy's been given so many chances, and every time you want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's changed or he's done something differently, he goes and he, mind my language, fucks up. I've seen it again. You know, this isn't the first time that this has happened with him. I just feel really, really bad for Daniel Cormier. I know he put his heart and soul into preparation, into that fight. I know it was a fight that hurt him extremely. It hurt him big time, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, to lose to a guy like Jon, because they were rivals. And for him to lose to a guy like Jon Jones and lose in that manner via knockout in the second round in a fight, to me that he was winning, it just sucks the life out of you. I remember reading about Joe Frazier talking about losing to Muhammad Ali. He said it hurt even more because he lost to the most braggadocious type of opponent, and the history between Jones and Cormier, back and forth, it's a very heated rivalry, and for this to happen, you know, I don't know where Jon goes from here, to be honest. I don't know if people are going to want to give him a second chance. I know he's going to lose a lot of fan support. Cormier is getting the belt back, and he should get the belt back because of what happened, you know, obviously, but you know, he got knocked out, and that's the dangers of stuff like that happening. A guy can get hurt with another guy on steroids, and it could shorten their career. We don't know what kind of damage that kick has on Cormier moving forward. Time will tell. We'll see, but it's a very unfortunate situation for both guys. I wish it wouldn't have happened, because it seemed as if Jon Jones was turning a page, and it seemed that he was connecting with people, and he seemed sincere, and then this happens. So yeah, it sucks.